What is going on, guys? We are back, and today I hope you're ready for a technical episode because we are diving into Applied Energistics 2, which means we are finally going to get our ME system going, which I'm pretty ready for. It's going to go in this room right here is where all of our Applied Energistics is going to go for the time being. Eventually it'll be all throughout this base, but for now we'll just keep it in here. And I do have a couple things ready to go already crafted in my inventory. We got some inscribers, we got some chargers, and crystal growth accelerators, which are some pretty important things when you're starting out with Applied Energistics. So very first thing we got to do is got Tesseract down. It is receiving power right now. Got an energy acceptor to convert it to AE. And instead of just using glass cables, I'm going to use smart cables just so that we can see how many things are hooked up, how many channels we're using up. Don't think it's going to be too much of a problem right now, but I thought we might as well just line this wall right here with this for now. Obviously not going to use all that, but first things first, we need chargers, okay? So we're going to slap these chargers down right here. Now, I have heard that you really don't find much charged Certus quartz. It's a lot rarer than regular Certus quartz, but I found the same amount. I found like 30 Certus quartz and 30 charged. Now, obviously, I've used the charged, but I mean, I don't know if I just got lucky or if it's changed since the videos that I had watched about this and stuff I had read, but you know, who knows? But so chargers, if you guys don't know, they're obviously used for making Certus to charge Certus. So we can just slap things in there, and I'm curious, there's probably a way to automate this, but charged Certus is like more important than regular Certus quartz, so those are pretty important. But the main things that we need to get going are the inscribers. Now, I was a little salty because I have a lot of meteors around here. Like if we look at the map, oh, it looks really weird because we're inside. Never mind. Here, I'll take you guys outside real quick. Whoa, okay, that was some lag. Okay, so let's take a look at the map here. I went to this meteor that's over here. There is a meteor right there that I went to. There's a meteor over here that I went to. Another one that's over here. And then I eventually went to one that was over. I went to that one. And I believe there was one more that I went to somewhere. Oh yeah, over there. I went to all of those to get the different presses that we need. And I got a bunch. I kept all of them just so I could show you guys. I got a lot of different presses. It was the stupid silicone press, which is like the most important one that I didn't get. So I finally got that on the last one, and I was really happy because I had gone to every single one that was available on my map. So it's a good thing I found it. So we're going to throw down all these different inscribers, and I believe 5 is enough because you have 4 different presses, and then you need 1 to combine them. So if I were to automate this with like auto crafting and stuff, I think you need 1 for each. So I believe you need to put the different presses in the top. Let's actually start with a silicone press. And where do I put the silicone? Right there, is that good? You can see it working. You got the silicone. Oh, and it presses it. Boom. And you got the printed silicone right there. So the other ones are engineering press. You got that's another engineering press. The calculation press. And the inscriber logic press. Okay, so I'm pretty sure one of these uses diamond. Here, you got the engineering processor. So this one uses diamond, the engineering one uses diamond. And the other ones use gold and something else. Oh, whatever. Yeah, okay, so you got this one right here, which is the logic circuit uses gold, and the other one uses something else. Whatever. And then this last one will be used to combine them. So eventually I'll automate that, but these actually aren't really important for what we're doing right now. What I really, really want to hook up are these crystal growth accelerators. So I'm going to make a little pool somewhere in this room. I guess I could just make it in this corner over here. So basically, when you have crystal growth accelerators, let's take Certus quartz right here. So the different uses. Let's find this. I forget what it's called exactly. Okay, so you can take the dust and then use it to, where is it? That's weird. I know you can make seeds from it. Oh, this is not going to help me find it if I search that. Okay, let's search Certus. Okay, so is it right here? Yeah, okay, so Certus quartz seed. It doesn't despawn and it's at 0%. So basically, you can take one Certus quartz and turn it into 2 seeds by combining it with sand, and then those seeds can become pure Certus quartz. You can actually multiply them without mining for them. It just takes like hours upon hours, unless you use crystal growth accelerators, which use up a lot of power, but I mean, in my opinion, it's worth it, because then you don't have to go mining. So we're going to hook these up over here. We can just put them like this and put the water in the center. You know what? Do I have any dirt in here? Yes, I do. Good. Okay. You know what? This will bother me too. We'll put that there. So the crystal growth accelerators can go. Wonder if it matters how they're hooked up. They all have to be going straight down like that. So you can put those right there and put the water bucket right here. And I believe you can connect these like through each other. I don't actually know if that's possible, but I think if they're all hooked up, no, I guess you can't. I guess you gotta hook them up from the top. We're actually gonna need some more cable then. Okay, so 2 are going now, 3, and I can make some more. Do we have the, okay, so no, we're gonna need to make a couple more of the other crystals. So we have nether quartz, redstone, and charged Certus, which we can throw in this water because we just need regular water for this. Okay, so that should be good there. And just combine these to make that. Get some wool. There we go. Throw the wool in, and then use the redstone and glowstone to make it a smart cable. Okay. So there we go. That should have them all hooked up now, and it looks like they're all working. There probably is a better way to hook all these up, and eventually I'm going to have to attach them, because right now they're chugging power. Like, I'm going to have a better setup so I can turn them on and off, and I'll finish that off camera, but I just wanted to show you guys this. I believe I need to go get some sand really quick. So let us get our excavator, and we'll take a little trip down and get some sand so we can test this out and see how fast it is. I'm pretty sure I heard that it's roughly like a minute if you have 5, so I don't know how fast 4 will be, but you know what, this is going to look so bad from above if I just get all that. And you can see the vines are growing down from last episode. Nothing too crazy yet, but eventually we're going to have to deal with that. Okay, so we are going to need to get some dust too from the Certus. You know what, we can actually get like, let's do all of these because we can throw them in as a stack. Okay, whatever, 10's good enough. We don't need to wait for all that. We only have 18 sand. And I guess we can use up all the sand that we have. Okay, so there we go. Now we'll have 18, so 36 of these. So then we throw these in the water over here, and they'll start growing. And I'm going to wait a couple seconds just so we can see how fast it is. I guess those particle effects are supposed to be them growing. So then if we go in and pick them up right now, and we look, you can see that that's 10%. So we need to leave them in there decent amount of time, but that'll get us 36 then, from 36 pure Certus quartz, which can basically be used for regular Certus quartz. So now that we have this general setup going, I'm going to get as many resources as I can, organize this stuff a little bit, and then I'll jump back and we can actually start working on our general ME system, or maybe some automation with some of this stuff. So I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Oh boy guys, do I have some serious stuff to show you. So you can see I have been working tirelessly. This has taken about 4.5 hours maybe of working to set up this room. And so I'm going to go through and explain the auto inscriber, which is basically what this setup does. And I'll show you guys it in action, and yeah, that'll be it for the episode, because this is going to take a little bit to explain. So I guess where it all starts is right here. We have our Emmy controller, which is just like a general area that you can connect anything in your network to, and it can have 32 channels out of each side. Right now these smart cables are only using 8, so like over here you can see I'm using 6 of the 8. Over here I'm using all 8. So if we want to upgrade these to dense cables, we can, and eventually I will, but for now it's fine. Above that we have our Emmy drive, which has the 4K Emmy storage cell. This is good enough for now, but I'll have to upgrade this soon. I just wanted to have a cell in there so I could automate this and make crafting the other cells a little bit easier. Then we have our terminal right here, which is just for like crafting in general. And down here we have another terminal, but this one isn't for crafting. This is the pattern terminal, which you can use to make different patterns out of blank patterns. And those are what you use to make auto crafting. So below this, it just has an energy acceptor down there, and that's what's making the energy from our RF into AE. And that's basically the general setup right here. So it branches off in two directions, and to the left is where it all really starts out, but to the right has one crucial thing. So these are the crafting, well, the purple is the crafting co-processing unit, and the orange is the 1K crafting storage, and the yellow is the 4K crafting storage. And basically you need these if you want to have automatic crafting. I really don't know how they work. Like, it seems like if I want to craft something, each like setup right here can have one thing being crafted at once, but I don't really know. So, you know, if I were to take this yellow one and stack it on top of the orange, then this whole process wouldn't work if two things needed to be crafted at once. So if any of you guys know like how this needs to work, if you need to have multiple CPUs, which would basically just be like different like boxes of these, because these need to be either single or in like groups in a specific shape. So like, I'll show you this one. If I were to move this right here, it wouldn't work. But if I were to take this, which is just a filler, it would work. But this would only be able to do one job as far as I know. So it does have to be in specific shapes and stuff like that, but having it as two separate seems to work fine. But basically, so you need these to do automatic crafting. And so over here we have the Emmy interfaces, which each one has its own encoded pattern in it. So this one says it'll create one printed logic circuit, which is with gold, and it uses one gold ingot. So by attaching that pattern into the Emmy interface, that is what gives us this crafting right here, which is printed logic circuit. So that gives us the option to craft that. So if we were to use that, it would bring the gold in, put it in here, the gold would get crafted, and then this Emmy import bus just pulls it out and puts it back in the system. And that's the same with the silicone. Down here we have the recipe for one printed silicone with one silicone. Does the same thing, brings it back around and puts it back into the system. And up here, I actually do have this one finished too. It's the calculation circuit, so it uses the quartz and then pulls it out. And we'll have to do the same with the top one, although I do not know if I'm going to have enough channels, because this looks full right now, so I may have to figure out some way around that or put that somewhere else. But so once that's done, basically you then have the different circuits, and it needs to be made into the specific processors. Now that's what this side over here is for, and because the processors are all made in the same way, and you don't need different what are they called? You don't need different presses for them. You can use one inscriber, but it also takes more. So we have to get the redstone put in automatically, which is what this export bus is for right here. So it exports redstone from our ME network whenever it is empty. And the top one is the ME interface, which is where we put the patterns. So right here, if we wanted to create one logic processor, we use one printed logic circuit, and it puts it in the top. And then if we wanted to do the calculation processor, it's one calculation circuit. Now this side is just to pull things out, but the bottom is really where the magic happens. So down here we have an export bus, and this exports printed silicone and puts it into the inscriber. And the really crucial part is that it has this crafting card, which gives you this little pop-up over here, which is the crafting behavior, and it uses stocked items or crafts items while exporting. So basically what this is going to do is it's going to check and see, oh, does it have the necessary item in here? And if it doesn't have the necessary item in there, then it's going to craft another one and automatically pull it. So it'll automatically refill itself whenever you need it. And that's basically because in the recipe that we put in the top up here, it only has a printed logic circuit that it gets sent in. So when you're doing this, it'll say, oh, it needs a printed logic circuit, and if you have one, it'll pull it out. If not, it'll automatically craft it. but if you didn't have that portion on the bottom, it wouldn't automatically craft the silicone portion of it. So you need to have that automatically crafted whenever it's empty, whether or not you're crafting something with it. If it's empty, so let's like take this out right here, it should start crafting it over here, I believe. Here, yeah, see, so you can see it pulls it out, starts crafting it over here. Even though I didn't set a job for it to craft right now, it took a little bit, so I got a little worried there that I was wrong, but then it'll put it in there. And if we have one in there and we take this one out, it should, yeah, it pulled it out from inside there. So basically it'll keep that full at all times, and you just request whatever you want to go on the top, and then it pulls it out and puts it back in the system. So I guess now is really the time to show you guys how this all works when it's, you know, put together. So obviously we have the logic processors that we need right now, so we can just go to crafting them. Actually, no, let's make some actually, no, we don't. I don't have any more pure Certus quartz. I'll have to make some more of that, but we need, let's just take a logic processor. So let's say we need 2, and actually before that, let's see how many we have there. So we have 17 right now, so let's say we need 2. So you go to next, and you can see, and this is the part that really gets me. There's 2 CPUs. There's crafting CPU number 0, crafting CPU number 1. So the CPU number 0 has 1 coprocessor, which I don't even know what that does, honestly. And it's got 1024 storage. So that is the one that's right up here, because this is a 1K storage cell. And then, oh gosh, we gotta go back there. Okay. So you need 2, blah, blah, blah. The next one is the 4K with no coprocessor. So I don't know what a coprocessor even does, honestly. If you guys could tell me that, it would help out a lot, because, you know, the wiki and stuff doesn't seem to make sense. Do I need it? Don't I need it? I don't fucking know. But you just put it on automatic. If you wanted specific ones, I believe you can name them different things, so it wouldn't just be crafting CPU number 0. But for now, we'll just go with automatic because it doesn't matter. So click start, and you can see it throws the gold in there, and it'll finish that, and then it'll put it back around, and it'll get thrown into here, which will then go, and it's making another gold one. And you can see over here, it's got the crafting job right there. Now it's gonna have to craft another silicone, I believe, or it actually may be able to pull one out, but eventually it's going to have to craft a new silicone because we won't have enough to fill this back up. So that should start soon, and you can see that that's now in this one down here. Now, if we didn't have that second piece of silicone that was already stored in here and it needed to craft one, the regular job we requested would be in here, and then the silicone would be down here. So that's why I have 2 separate ones. If they were to be put together, it didn't work before. It would stall out, because it would say it needed to craft the logic processor, and then it wouldn't have room to craft the silicone that it needed to craft the logic processor. So that was a mouthful. Obviously this is not a tutorial for you guys to do this. If you need help, I can, you know, try and help you out in the comments, but I am in no way an expert on this. I was looking stuff up left and right on this, but it works out now. And I mean, I'm really happy with it. This room looks badass as fuck. And let's take a look from outside. Let's see how it looks from outside. It looks a little weird from outside, but whatever. This room is going to be full from top to bottom, like, while we're working on this, because in all honesty, I should have thought this through. I need a much more space for this, but this is the general thing that I wanted to get done, so I'm happy. But like I was saying, this isn't a tutorial, so I was just trying to explain it if you guys are just watching this and, you know, want to see some technology and whatnot being made in Minecraft, then, you know, hopefully that explanation was good enough. But it's not a tutorial. There's many tutorials on this though, and I did watch one specifically, so yeah, it was like the first thing that comes up if you do like automatic inscriber applied energistics tutorial. So that is that. I believe next episode we can get around to automating some of the other crafting things, like some of these machines over here. And, you know, maybe, I don't know if you can automate chargers and stuff. You probably can by using import and export buses. So we'll do some of that. And off camera, I will try and maybe clean this up a little bit, make it look a little bit nicer, and finish off the inscriber up here so that we can get engineering, whatever they are, circuits. And we'll call it a day. But I do really want to ask if you guys understand the different like crafting CPUs and all that, and you know, the co-processing. If you could help me out with that, it would be greatly appreciated. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys liked that it was a little bit more technical than before. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, feel free to give it a like. It helps me out a lot, and I really appreciate it. And I will talk to you guys later.